It's the NBA Finals between the past two NBA champions, the Detroit Pistons and the San Antonio Spurs.
Ready to get it on, man.
We were ready. We were locked in.
Let's go get these rings!
The championship mentality came out.
Dwight by Rip, played the passing lane.
This is what the world wanted to see.
Rebounded by Detroit.
Someone popped you in the mouth, you hit them 2 times.
Trap at midcourt, and then we get the steal.
Going into overtime, I still did my thing.
You gonna keep reminding me?
Back to Horry. He shoots for 3.
Oh, my goodness.
Robert Horry.
What up, boy? How you? How's everything? Chill?
All right, Rip. Good to see you, my brother.
Always, always.
Funny thing is, in 2004, I thought we was gonna meet you guys, but we got beat by the Lakers. And you know what was crazy about that? That's my first year with the Spurs.
Yes.
And I just left the Lakers, so I knew the offense. I'm like, we can beat these guys. We can get to the finals. I can help the Spurs go back-to-back because the Spurs had just beat me on the Lakers.
Yeah, they did.
So I'm like, I'm sitting there watching them get their rings. I'm like, man, I gotta get another ring. And then, of course, that guy by the name of Derek Fisher, not Kobe Bryant, not Shaq.
How much time when he was on the clock?
There's no way you could get that shot.
They get it to Fisher. He scores! Derek Fisher scores at the buzzer!
That season was so disheartening for me because I didn't get back to the finals. Now, I'm used to
You
going
got
to the
too many
finals.
rings, though,
I'm used
Rob.
to going to the
You got
finals.
too many rings. You gotta share the rings, man.
And the Lakers went on to meet you guys. Tell me a little bit about that, man.
Man, you know what, Rob? That year was magical for us.
It's over. It's happened, Detroit. You believed in this team.
That's the good times right there.
An incredible story written by this Piston team.
That was a great moment right there, man. With your brothers, all the sweat and tears that you go through, it's a special moment right there, magical.
We were ready in 2005, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't want to play you guys.
No, we didn't want to play y'all. You know, everybody knew how hard it was to play in San Antonio. Our goal was if we met up with you guys, we wanted home court advantage, but y'all guys ended up having home court advantage. Y'all pretty much whipped us the first 2 games.
Rebound, Horry, long lead pass comes to Parker in the front court. Parker drives on Billups all the way in, lay it up and good. Mobley takes it inside, right corner. Bowen for 3, his spot, his shot. The Spurs are gonna go to Detroit up 2-0.
What was y'all mindset after y'all was up 2-0 and y'all about to come to Detroit, knowing that y'all got to play 3 games there?
We were worried. I know, we were really
I wish I would have
worried.
known that because you really don't know the mindset of what they're thinking at the time. But when we came back home, we were like, all right, you got to hit first. And I thought we came out with the aggressiveness. We're locked in.
Left guns off glass. Got it.
That's his bread and butter right there, off the curl. Left side Hamilton, a catch and shoot right through.
The Pistons dominate at the Palace tonight.
Series tied 2. What was y'all thinking, knowing that y'all got the first 2, we got 2, now we're going into game 5?
I said, this is gonna be the toughest game of the series.
Rasheed taps it to Chauncey. Chauncey, forecourt, long gun, he got it!
Ginobili guarded by Tayshaun Prince. Reverse layup is good for Manu Ginobili.
You guys want to hold pat at home. We don't want you to hold pat because we want to go home with the ability to win just one. And we just played hard, man. I mean, it was a fun game, and
it wasn't fun for me, man. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's the first time I got dunked on, and I don't want to say that on camera. I don't know if you remember it.
Oh, I remember.
Because the one thing they always used to tell me, I don't take charges. And I remember when you had the ball at the top of the key, and I'm like, okay, the one thing that Rob knows how to do, he knows how to shoot the 3-ball, but I'm gonna come in there and you took one dribble to the basket, and I got in there to take a half a sideways charge.
Horry's gonna drive it inside, slam, dunk, Robert Horry, and the shot is good and a foul on Rip Hamilton.
And you came over top of me and dunked it on me, and I was said, come on, Rip, there's no way on the biggest stage you're gonna let Robert Horry come down the paint and dunk on you right then and there. There you go, right here.
What a power move by Robert Horry.
Funny thing about this, I'm old at this time.
I was about to say, how old were you when you did that?
35,
See
36.
what I'm saying, man? Trust me, all my boys was like, hey, man, you gonna let a 35-year-old man dunk on you right there?
This is fraught with tension and apprehension.
That game 5 was our game 7. We were up 2 points, and we're in the huddle, and LB is talking to us, and we're like, hey, you know what? Don't give up a 3.
You wear the slip. No 3-point play.
Don't give up a 3. You guys had Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony. The person we had the most fear and who we were scared about was Big Shot Bob. I'm going to give you that nickname right here, Big Shot Bob.
I don't even remember the name of this play. I just knew that I was on fire and I was trying to get the ball to Manu. And the crazy part is, once I get my feet set, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to knock down this shot.
Back to Horry. He shoots for 3. Oh, my goodness. Robert Horry hitting a 3 on the left wing.
It was one of those moments, man, where, like, I just couldn't believe it because it was right there on our fingertips. Did you think that you was going to get a wide open shot?
I didn't think I was going to get a wide open shot because the play was for Manu.
Manu's gonna ice him right here, okay?
When I threw the bounce pass to Manu and I seen Rasheed do this, and it was kind of like the ball was a magnet. It made him go towards the ball.
Yes.
And Manu is a great passer. He can find you. I could have been a half court. I was going to shoot that thing, man. 'Cause that's how good I was feeling that day.
Horry for 3. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
To this day, I haven't watched the play. I haven't watched the game.
Yeah.
And I went home after that game, and I literally cried. And I sat there because I knew how tough it was to go into San Antonio.
The Detroit Pistons to repeat as champions. They'll have to win games 6 and 7 on the road.
I've never seen a team more laser focused than y'all were in Game 6.
Phillips fires a 3.
He got it.
And Prince gets it off to Hamilton, who'll drive on Parker all the way in, lay it up, and good.
I can remember this game, man, because the one thing I knew coming into that game, like I said, you had to figure out who you're going to put Bruce Bowen on. And I remember starting this game off, y'all didn't have Bruce Bowen on me.
No.
So I told Chance, I said, hey, look, I'm going to lead us.
Now to Hamilton, baseline left jumper is good for Rip Hamilton.
Rip has definitely answered the call here tonight.
You had that play where you would come off those 2 picks.
2 chests.
It was called 2 chests?
It was called 2 chests.
Yeah, you come off Rasheed, you come off Ben, and when those 2 guys set those picks, boom, 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 just bouncing off. And all you needed was this much daylight.
Hamilton coming off the screen beautifully. Hamilton gets free inside.
Game 6, you punched us in the mouth.
Duncan on him, drives it down the lane, finger rolls. No, but Sheed tapped it in. The Pistons put San Antonio away, setting up a Game 7 for all the marbles.
I tell you, I went through all these emotions tonight after we losing Game 6, and then walking into Game 7, I didn't know what to expect.
There isn't much that matches the aura and the atmosphere of a 7th game.
This is what the world want to see.
You can kind of tell who's ready, right? The guys became a little bit more lax as that time started ticking off before we go out there and warm up. I said, all right, we're going to be all right.
Me and Chauncey was talking, and I said, Chance, how you feel right now? He said, man, I'm locked in. I said, bro, I'm locked in too. And he looked at me and said, Rip, this is one of the toughest series I've ever been a part of. I said, bro, I'm happy this is the last game because I don't think I can take my body through another game.
Down low to Wallace, facing up on Duncan. Pull up baseline jumper, good. Rasheed Wallace. Left Barry, out front to Duncan, top of the key. Inside to Horry, left-hand hook shot, good over Ben Wallace. So we have reached halftime with the score. Detroit 39, San Antonio 38.
And we felt like we had a good game plan, but when you're playing against another champion, that's always the hardest thing to kind of overcome because you know, mentality-wise, you're not going to break them. And we were good for 3 quarters.
Rip down the middle, back to Ben, deep to Tayshaun for the jam. It's a 9-point Detroit lead.
I think in that 4th quarter, it's like, you know, us being at home, y'all being on the road, kind of like the championship mentality came out. We were a 4th quarter team, and that's what the Spurs do.
Gets his own rebound, fouled it in and through the foul.
And it also helps when you have someone like Tim Duncan that can do a little bit of everything.
That changes everything.
Backs down on Prince, shoots it up, banked it in.
This has been Tim Duncan's quarter. He's taken over this ball game.
Tim had a little bounce in his step, and Manu had a lot of bounce in his step.
Driving in for the right, Ginobili lays it in. Carter in the heart.
And once we got a rhythm as a team, it was hard to stop us at home.
Shots no good. This game is over. The San Antonio Spurs have won their 3rd NBA World Championship.
Listen, bro, I'm replaying everything back in my head right now. You're bringing back this nightmare that I had, 15 years ago. And that was, in my opinion, one of the greatest games of all time. Rob, man, it was great talking to you, brother. Just to know I was a big fan as a kid, man. So to get an opportunity to share the biggest stage in my career, playing for a world championship, man, was a pleasure.
This was fun.
I appreciate it, OG.
Yeah.
You're my OG, just to know that. You'll always be my OG, man.
Thank you, my brother.